The school at Old Junee was opened in 1880 and conducted in the old Methodist Church building under the name Provisional School, Junee. A short time later Junee Junction, 5 miles distant, sprang up, and so the name of the school and the village was, in 1893, changed from Junee to Old Junee. Balma was the first teacher, and the oldest record at the school dates from May 14, 1880. For the portion of the quarter ending June, 1880, the total enrollment was 39, 20 boys, 19 girls, the average being 22.3. It is interesting to note here that Mr. Story officially opened the first school in 1880, a second building attached to the residence in 1882, and on Empire Day, 1913, the new, commodious building of 2 large rooms. Mr. Bullen had leave of absence for 3 months in 1902 after 20 years' service, and was relieved by Messrs. Hallman and Dawson for that period. In 1899 an application was made for the use of the playground for a moonlight concert in aid of the cricket club, evidence of the importance of the little country school in the community. In 1901 additions in the form of bathroom and pantry for the residents, again in 1907 and 1911 a new bell post was required, and finally in 1913 a new school was provided as mentioned earlier, when Mr. Cook was headmaster with Miss Catherine Sly as assistant, and the enrollment was 75 pupils. An additional area of 1 acre for playground purposes had been surveyed but as yet not dedicated. It is interesting to note that from an enrollment of 75 in 1913, it rose to nearly 90 by 1914. In 1916 the Roll of Honor was unveiled at the Old Junee School, and in 1921 application was again made to use the school as a meeting place for a social club. Goodwin, on February 17, 1928, was unable to report for duty owing to a washaway on the railway line. There was a cloudburst storm in Junee at this time, and a storage dam near the cemetery in Junee burst and flooded the town. In 1929, when school opened, there was no water available, so an application had to be made to buy and transport water from the railway station. During the early 30s enrollment had dropped considerably, and difficulties were experienced in keeping an assistant teacher, and at one stage in 1935, March 5, 1935, there was no teacher at all. Improvements to the school continued. In 1927 the school accepted a gift of 100 volumes of suitable literature from Mr. and Mrs. In 1938 fly screens were supplied for the school, and the parents fenced the school, all catering to the varied needs of the children. Murphy, 1917, Assistant Miss Nina Jones, 1919, Assistant Miss Elizabeth Heritage, 1920, S. Mulhern, 1924, Assistant Mrs. Mary Allen, 1926, Assistant Miss Adelaide Stenning, 1928, Assistant L. Goodwin, 1932, Assistant Miss Sheila Payton, 1935, Henry Forge, Assistant Mr. Norman Gibbs, 1936, Peter Thompson, Assistant Miss Eveline McGowan, 1937, J. Heiss, 1941, Robert Lampard, Bill Mulrooney, Val Kesby, Doug Gamble, Ken Fletcher, Warren Dunnicliffe,